Still, it's kind of odd that now, after all this time, you'd want to hear about this. Oh, I get it. It's because the statute of limitations on the murder will run out soon. On that day, I was in a wonderful mood from the morning. The day before, my Aunt Yuko came home for the Obon holiday and brought me new clothes as a present. I had them on, which was why I felt so happy. My aunt worked at a department store in one of the cities in the prefecture, and always brought me and my brother clothes as presents when she came back to town. Up till then, it had always been matching sports shirts for me and my brother, or other boyish kinds of clothes. But that year was different. "Akiko, you're in 4th grade now," she told me. "So how about wearing something a little more girly?" She brought me an adorable pink blouse with ribbons and frills. It was a fluffy, glittery design, like something a rich little girl would wear. "Is it really okay for me to wear this?" I asked, hardly believing it as I held it up, spellbound against my chest. My parents and relatives around me all burst out laughing. "Are you really sure you should give this to Akiko?" my father asked. He could speak so bluntly like that because it was his own older sister who'd bought the blouse, 10 times more expensive than anything I'd had before, but I'm sure everyone was thinking the same thing. "It looks cute," my older brother piped up. But even Aunt Yuko, who'd bought it for me, smiled wryly as if having some doubts herself. Though not as sturdily built as I am now, of course, back in elementary school I was nevertheless big-boned and solid. My clothes were all hand-me-downs from my brother, who was 2 years older. Some of the boys in my class made fun of me, calling me a boy-girl. But I was used to it. It was always that way. Still, it could have been worse. At least they treated me like a human being. But my parents and relatives always said the two of us were like a couple of bear siblings. Actually, on Valentine's Day and his birthday, my brother often got Winnie the Pooh trinkets from girls, who said he reminded them of the storybook bear. My brother wasn't one of the more popular kids, but the girls did seem to like him despite his looks. Boys have it easy. Even if they look like a bear, they're popular, provided they can play sports. And being big isn't a drawback the way it is for girls. "If only you had been born a boy, Akiko," my mother often told me. She didn't mean I'd be more popular or anything. She just regretted having to spend extra money on a girl's gym outfit and swimsuit for me to use at school. Come to think of it, I was talking about this very thing to Emily that day. I'd gone with my relatives to the local temple, and after we ate lunch, I found some other kids with time on their hands hanging around outside, and before I knew it, the usual little group of girls had assembled. My classmates from the West District, Saya, Maki, and Yuka. We were hanging around in front of the little cigarette shop, just chatting, when Emily came walking down the slope toward us. She said she'd seen us from the window of her apartment. Her house was the highest point in the whole town. Maki suggested we go play volleyball at the school playground, so Emily went back to her house to get her volleyball, and I went with her. "Akiko, why don't you go with Emily?" Maki said. "'Cause you're a fast runner." Not that this means I ran all the way. Bringing up running was just an excuse so that Maki could get her way. I knew this, but getting her angry would only lead to trouble, and since I always depended on her, I did what she said without a word. I think the other 2 girls felt the same. So I walked together with Emily up the gentle slope back to her towering, castle-like apartment building. We'd often played since she transferred to our school in April, but this was the first time we